Oh well, it seems you can't have everything, no matter how well the rumors were panning out. As yes, it looks like one of the features I have been waiting for Samsung's foldables probably won't be making the cut. Some new tweets from Ming-Chi Kuo kind of let us know why the iPhone 14's punch hole is going to be so big, and Apple is working on a new device that would combine two of their underwhelming products into one. I'm Jaime Rivera, and as expected, I knew that this was just fake spring number 4. I'm so sorry for people in Canada who are dealing with snow. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with OnePlus, as the company just released their latest mid-ranger in the United States, and it's actually kind of hot. They just announced earlier today the Nord N20 5G, which will arrive exclusively to T-Mobile starting April 28th. It's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G chipset, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and a 6.4-inch HD display, running at just 60 Hz, but this one is actually an OLED, unlike the LCD panel from before. It also features a 4,500 mAh battery, 33-watt fast charging, a 64-megapixel main camera, and it's aimed to compete with other affordable solutions like Samsung's A series or the new iPhone SE. Now, it features a flat design with some neat color variants, but I think the best thing about this phone is the looks match with the price tag. It starts at just $282 for double the storage of what you would be getting on the latest iPhone SE, which still brings a crazy outdated design from I don't know how many years ago. By contrast, this new Nord N20 is quite the looker, if you ask me. I mean, let us know what you think of this device, because I'm just curious to see if any of you are actually considering picking one over the competition. But anyways, speaking of Apple, let's switch on to them and their weird products, or the ones that we could be getting soon. We have a new report from Mark Gurman claiming that Cupertino is working on a weird Frankenstein device that would essentially be a home speaker running tvOS and having a built-in camera. So it's pretty much the Amazon Echo Show 10 that we reviewed recently. Gurman calls it a combination product that would be at the center of Apple's approach to your living room, while you can then get HomePod minis to surround it because you've got the money to buy all these things. But anyways, speaking of the HomePod mini, we might be getting a new variant soon, but this one wouldn't be a direct successor to the original HomePod either, as apparently that spot will be fulfilled by this Frankenstein device. The problem here is that we don't have any time frame for when it can be revealed, but given the history of HomePods and the Yes Assistant, I'm not too sure if I'm excited, though now that Apple has broadened the ecosystem to support competing services, maybe this is what we're missing? Fine, I know that it's broadened for things like CarPlay using AirPlay or whatever. But listen, let's keep the spotlight on Apple and move on to the iPhone 14 series. I mean, other than the leaked molds and the CAD renders we've gotten for the last few days, I would say that the leaks have gotten a bit slow over the past couple of weeks, and it kind of makes sense. We're still early. We have a couple of new tweets from Ming-Chi Kuo shedding some light on some updates we hadn't heard of for the 14 series. First off, he mentions that the front camera of the 4 new iPhone 14 models will likely upgrade to an f1.9 aperture, along with improvements in autofocus versus the current system and the f2.2 aperture that we got on the 13 series. On the next tweets, he explains that this autofocus improvement and a lower number in the aperture would provide a better shallow depth of field effect for selfies in portrait mode. And in addition to that, there are also benefits to enhance the focus effect that Apple has been pushing for both FaceTime and live streaming. So for those of you wondering why the punch hole is getting so large with the 14, I mean, that could be an explanation why. And finally, for the most, I'm going to call them disappointing news today, but it depends on the way you see it because they're not necessarily bad. Let's talk about Samsung and their upcoming foldables. Sadly, the problem with leaks is they can one day say one thing and then they can contradict themselves the next day, but they could also actually make more sense. So just yesterday, we heard that the S Pen on the Fold 4 was already undergoing production in some Eurasian countries, and I mentioned how rumors were pointing to this one being inside the Fold 4, but that we were worried that the early production could mean the opposite. Well, we have a new tweet from Ice Universe where he flat out says that the Galaxy Fold 4 will not have a built-in S Pen, but the reasons why is pretty legit. Apparently, it's because the device is getting a little smaller and thinner, like previous rumors stated. Let's be real, the Z Fold 3 is awesome, but it's a pretty hefty product. Ice goes on to say that this is the correct way to do it because nobody wants a brick. Now, another rumor that surfaced though says that Sammy would be bundling the S Pen with the Fold 4 in the box, where you had to buy it separately for the previous generation, making it the first foldable to ship with a stylus. And I mean, Samsung already does it with their tablets and laptops, so why not? Hopefully the thinner and lighter design means that we're getting some core good battery optimizations, but anyways, in today's question, let us know. I mean, would you be okay with an S Pen tucked in or a thinner device with it outside? Because honestly, I would be okay with it being out so long as they provide some magnets to be able to attach it somewhere like we get on the Galaxy Tab or Galaxy Book series, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below, we'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me finish this recording and go put on my sweater again. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.